Yo, 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 and away we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 6 of Backbreaker Pro Wrestling here on the Backbreaker Gaming YouTube channel and being recorded live on the Mike for F Twitch channel following an absolutely amazing AEW Dynamite and Dynamite sidecast. Always a pleasure having you all here. And tonight, we are booking another ticket to BPW Arrival coming up in March. It is going to be our first quarterfinal match in the tournament to crown a BPW champion, as P.J.C. is going to be taking on Ophelia Payne. And then as well, it is starting to become do or die for the Wildcard tournament. We have Nick Ontario taking on Mike the Ref, and if Nick Ontario wins, he books his spot into the Wildcard tournament finals against M.C.G, who booked his ticket last week. And then if by some chance MTR wins that, that'll be our second wildcard match. Our first one's going to be Melobeast taking on Fanboy Brian. The loser of that is essentially out of the running for a spot. So both guys are going to be fighting hard to get those 3 points. But before we get there, it is time to get into our first match of the evening. And with everybody that got defeated in the quarterfinals, we tried to set up a match where everybody would try to get along. I've had a little problem with this as we've been going along. And if you were here for the end of episode 5, essentially Kayla Jaye had fired the big boss man. And he's supposed to be getting the bye and supposed to be taking on Hoju in the quarterfinals. I asked her to, I tried as much as I could to demand her to tell me who the person's going to be that's going to be replacing. She refused. So I've been advertising the match as Kayla Jaye. I was going to change it to Mercedes Monet for her because we were involving everybody that lost their quarterfinal matches. Well, trying to deal with Mercedes Monet and Kayla Jaye about who was going to do this match, just to remind everybody that they lost. Yeah. That's worse than doing a 6-7 dance here, folks. So, unfortunately, since Kayla Jaye decided that she didn't want to tell me who the person is involved in this, she's getting to work an extra match tonight. So, let's take it over to the match screen. So, we have the Gods and Balls teaming up with Chris Zodiac, teaming up with Megan Bain and Marina Shafir. And they're going to be taking on the team of Kayla Jaye, Attention Spandex, and Gametime Will Jaxson. It is a straight 3-on-3 match. This could go forever, or this could take 2 minutes. We're not sure at the moment. But either way, it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's go check it out, folks. And once again, everybody, thank you for joining us here tonight. Always a pleasure. Salisbury, Maryland for this match. The
following is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, the bad guy, Chris Zachary, Megan Bay, and Maria, the Awesome Ones.
Of course, they get Chris's music as expected here, of course. So this is going to be a fun trios because these 3 will get along. The other 3, maybe not so much. Damn right, you're the bad guy, yeah.
And their opponents, first, representing the Authority from the Garden of Eden, Goldman K.C.
And of course, Kayla demanded that she get her intro by herself. She doesn't have to hang around with anybody else. You know, I really can't blame her. She is technically elite on that level, but she ends up pissed about the fact she lost to Snow Penguin last week. Now, as much as I want one of my teammates to win, I was still having a pretty big chuckle about it overall, so. But yeah, once again, everybody, like, so basically this match here is just basically giving everybody a little bit of a feeler back into it after getting eliminated in the round of 16. Because we've gone like 4 weeks now with a lot of great action in the EPW World Title Tournament. Over the next few weeks, we are going to establish a few tag teams, get them working towards getting that tag title shot. And I do believe Zodiac and M.C.G, like, you guys have signed the contract, right? You're already... You can do 3-on-3 normal, but that's the only version you can do 3-on-3.
And representing the Knights of the Round Table from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 151 pounds, the Superstar!
You guys signed the contract that you were going for the tag titles at Arrival regardless, right? Regardless, M.C.G is in that Wildcard Title match. You got him to do double duty. Because I think I read that right. That's what's going on, so...
And representing the Coalition from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, weighing in at 250
So that's already tag team champ by Double M.
Tenacious Arthur.
All right, this is an intro if I've ever seen one here. Well, whoever told you that is full of it. Because I can openly announce this right now. We are going to have a 3-team ladder match for the Tag Team Championships. Gods and Balls will have their representative in Chris Zodiac and M.C.G. And 2 other teams to be determined, so... That's in addition to our... That's in addition to our already wild card and BPW World Title matches, so... I'm actually really surprised Kayla Jaye wanted to start this match. But yeah, we're going to have to see how the rest of the tournament works out, and then we're going to figure out who we're going to have for... See, the other teams were smart. They wanted to wait and see who was actually going to get eliminated from the tournament to see who's going to be... Oh, God. Chris, you're working amazing here with Marina. Meanwhile, the other side isn't really doing a whole lot. Kayla getting worked over, and if she needed another pin, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world in terms of having to have her shut up finally. Called me after Dynamite and said Yuta should be fired, but there's only so much she can do. It's all right. I think Yuta's going to be bald after Saturday, personally, so... That's why the hair's been growing a little extra long lately. All right, Spandex making the tag. So yeah, if you were wondering, the 3-on-3 you can do in single matches. You can't do in Universe. You can't do in, I think you do in Universe too. But all the other modes. Oh, Mega Bait makes a hot tag. Spandex, you should be careful. I guess he was careful. Oh, and Jessica Carr gets out of... Gets Shafir out of the ring. Spandex going up to the top. Moonsault connects. Oh, and here comes Gametime. Well, he's probably got to be the most pissed of the bunch. He had the toughest, in my opinion. Zodiac and Jaxson had the hardest draws in the tournament. With Jaxson getting taken out by Walker Pipe Guy and Zodiac being taken out by Hoju. Marina drops the elbow. One-arm spine buster by Megan. Imagine the power on that. Boot to the face. I let Hoju win. You see how I'm dominating that? But I'm a tag wrestler. Just got to support my bros. I'll give you that. I'll give you a slight pass on that. First cover in the matchup. Just a 1 count. And Jaxson got caught in the wrong corner. That was not good. And Kayla knows this is almost over, so she's going to break it up. What does Bane have planned now? Getting Jaxson back up to his feet. Samoan drop right on target. Bane just absolutely dominating. Spandex gets the tag and is not fearing any better. F5, F5, F5. She's our mega sis, yeah, to say the least. Oh, look out, what do we got here? A little bit of tag team maneuvering as well. Honestly, Chris, your team is looking absolutely amazing here together. Drop the DET. Nice little fake out there. Tension Spandex in the wrong part of town here. Taking over the corner. Oh no. Going up. Sliced bread right on target. And you notice Zodiac being extra smart here, putting his body in between Spandex and his corner. Oh, look out. It's the sharpshooter. I don't know if we're going to get a tap out here, but definitely going to wear him out real quick. The group's hitman, that's true. Excellent execution. Who goes for a 450, but the collision detection just ain't there. He's going to go try it again. Oh, and he misses it now. What a misnomer there. Meant to do that, absolutely. Now the hot tag into Kayla Jaye. Oh, and Zodiac just trying to remember who's boss here. Oh, hip toss takedown. Into the drop kick. Into the quick cover. Oh, 2.5. Team wasn't coming in to support. Super kick. Taking to Shafir. Little rebound clothesline action. And Kayla Jaye getting clothesline to the outside. And of course, Shafir's going to take her sweet time there. Kayla gets back into the ring. Oh, it meets a spear. Shafir just, oh my God. Too busy showing off. Gets caught by Jaxson. Quick cover by Jaxson. He knows what's up. There's no fooling around with Jaxson here. Like, he's trying to set him up as the #1 contender for the BPW title after everything's all said and done, right? Marina, get to Vegas. She ain't tagging. Stomping out Jaxson every which way you go. Oh. Just unloading shots here on Jaxson. On paper, this would be a complete mismatch, but I guess Marina didn't read that page. Springboard leg drop. What in the world? Assisted clothesline. Marina just showed off in the opponent's corner. That's fair. Zodiac just wearing out everybody else. This might just be a matter of time now. Jaxson caught in the wrong part of town. Zodiac just clinching it. And there's the tap out. Jaxson just had enough. So this typically will show you that a faction will... Gods, balls, what does it mean? Simply put, a faction that works together is 100 times better. It means we're deep in your lore. Like, this is awesome. This faction working so well together. And just having 3 people from different factions trying to get together just isn't going to work out, right? Each of the other wrestlers had an opportunity, but in the end, it's just way too... The Gods and Balls way too much. Getting the victory here. That high knee on Jaxson, that took a lot of starch out of him. But in many ways, this is establishing the Gods and Balls.
Here are your winners, the bad guy, Chris Thackeray, Megan Bay, and Maria, the awesome one.
That's why we let Hoju move on. We all got to roll. That's fair. It's a fantastic, like I said, fantastic match on behalf of you guys. and probably the highest ranking we've gotten from them so far. So, awesome victory here by the Awesome Ones, as 2K calls them. It looks like we might even have to have both teams from Gods and Balls as part of the ladder match. We'll have to see. Like, will another team step up? We're going to have to see here over the next few weeks. We are going to have to book a little bit more here in terms of the tag team division. We will be getting into more tags going forward here, but one of the things that we need to take care of this week is possibly solidifying a spot here in our wildcard tournament. So let's change it over here. We're going to get away from the wildcard. We're going to do that. We're going to do this. Here are your updated standings for the wildcard tournament, as we are getting into our fourth cycle of the round robin. We have 2 weeks of this left. So as you can see right now, M.C.G is guaranteed a spot in the final. The only person that can catch him is Nick Ontario with 9 points. He's got 6 right now, and depending on tonight's match, he might be able to get to 9. But other than that, he is already locked up for the title match here. Now, tonight, in our second match, we're going to have Nick taking on Mike. If Nick wins, he guarantees his shot, and next week is basically 2 wildcard matches for the fun of it. But if we could get our first match here is going to be Fanboy Brian and Melobeast. It's basically those two. The loser, that's guaranteed to be out no matter what. It is absolutely guaranteed to be out no matter what. If Mike ends up beating Nick Ontario, it's basically going to end up being a possibility of a 3-way tie, or even a 3-way tie for third, or a 2-way tie for third. If that's the case, it goes up to a triple threat or a 4-way. So we're going to have to see how that goes here. But our first match of the night is going to be Fanboy Brian versus Melobeast. So let's get over to the wheel. For those that aren't familiar here, we are going to we're going to try her out, see how she goes. Basically, we spin the wheel, and whatever it comes out as is the stipulation we pick for the match here. So, and of course, we get dealer's choice there. At this point, dealer's choice is just going to be a respin until we're done the tournament here. I think that's the best way to put it. So, but with that being said, for the match between Fanboy Brian and Melobeast, let's check out the stipulation for the match here tonight. An Extreme Rules match. Yeah, this should be a lot of fun here, folks. So we will... we got Fanboy Brian taking on Melobeast. Winner of this gets a crucial 3 points going forward here. So let's go check it out. So yeah, like I said, winner of this gets back on the board. Loser of this essentially is, well, they are eliminated. But with an Extreme Rules match, anything could possibly happen, right?
The following contest is an Extreme Rules match. Making his way to the ring, representing the Coalition from Dallas, Texas, weighing in at 225 pounds, Flyboy
Brian looks fired up. Brian looks excited. Brian looks like he's ready to roll here. But yeah, he better be, because an Extreme Rules match, it's going to take a lot out of you. Brian looking so fly today. But yeah, this tournament's been a lot of fun so far. All different setups of that. All right, shout out to Matt Hardy right now. If you know, you know. Oh. Yeah, here comes Melobeast.
And his opponent, representing the Knights of the Round Table from Jersey City, New Jersey. Weighing in at
So, by the way,
28 pounds, Carmelo Jarrett.
So, just a reminder, folks, if you are interested or have somebody that you know that is interested in essentially Season 1 of Backbreaker Pro, this I'm considering Season 0, as we're getting set up to create a new champion and basically set up some early storylines as we get moving here. If you know anybody that wants to be interested, please get them in touch with me. Once we get 26 set up and figured out, I do plan on having 2 separate shows available, one on Wednesday, one on Saturday. I don't know what we're going to do for 26 in terms of my GM. Like, don't get me wrong, it's fun, but if we can run 2 wrestling promotions throughout the week, it would be a lot of fun, right? Shoots the half. Nice, what a katana. Well, I guess it's a Frankensteiner more likely. So. Now, technically, Melobeast, if he loses this, will not be out of the running for that second spot. But he is going to have to look for some help. With, well, I guess both these guys are going to look for help if that's the case. This is more fun than my GM? Absolutely, I agree with you. And now that 2K26 apparently has a watch my show mode, we might actually be able to run like a whole show through it, so. The only reason I say we're going to have a little bit of delay on it is the fact that we're going to... I do need time to set things up, but these things don't happen instantly, right? So... We might run Backbreaker Pro in the meantime, just on 25. Only a kendo stick so far in the match, though. Essentially, our next matchup after this is going to determine whether next week even matters. And I hope my character actually smartens up and realizes that. So if he ends up beating Nick Ontario, then everybody's got a shot next week. Because you know a smart booker will actually try to make the last week of the round robin mean something, right? Oh, got a sledgehammer. Oh, too busy showing off with the sledgehammer to actually use it. Oh, reversal. Jackknife cover. Car out of position. And a running knee by Melobeast here. Coming off the ropes. Oh, missed the tackle. kick right to the back of the head. Cover. Once again, try to go for that helo and nobody there. That's the second time that's happened tonight. Since the last update, we've been seeing a lot more of that, and I'm not really impressed with it. Oh, rolls right into that Boston Crab. Beautiful reversal there. Melobeast fighting his way out of it. Gets the kick to release it. High knee right across the jaw. Flying forearm by Melobeast into the cover. Might not need a table after all. And doesn't. Wow. Melobeast staying strong here. Fantastic match, and just once again, just that one little glitch there that happened. So officially Brian is out of the tournament. Melo keeping his chances alive. Absolutely fantastic match here on BPW Madness episode 6. Actually give it 2.5 stars, so it's not exactly the worst thing in the world here. So. But yeah, great job by Melobeast getting the victory. Unfortunately, Fanboy Brian, that means next week is just going to play spoiler, as he is going to be taking on Mike the Ref, which that match might or might not mean something. We're going to have to see here. It's based on this next match. If Mike the Ref can come back and win this victory over Nick Ontario, if he beats Fanboy Brian, it will become a triple threat for the, or it could be a 4-way actually. So let me just bring this back up. Let's just get this straight. Because Melobeast still has a shot too at getting, let's update this before I go crazy here. There we go. Now it's updated. So essentially what happens here is if M.C.G beats Melobeast, then there possibly could be a fatal 4-way depending on this matchup. Now, if Nick Ontario beats Mike the Ref, it could be a triple threat still if Melobeast wins his next match against M.C.G, he's got a shot in the finals. However, if he loses, it's going to depend on what happens at the end of this match, whether he's going to be involved or not. So I think it's time for enough scooting and yapping. I think it's time to get to our second wildcard tournament match, because this one's going to mean a lot, folks. These matches should have stakes on them, and this one's got a huge one. It is Mike the Ref versus Nick Ontario. We're doing the test spin right now to make sure it works again. Popped up with Extreme Rules. All right, so Nick Ontario, Mike the Ref, huge 3 points on the line here. Let's see what we get. An underground match. First time we've had one of those here tonight, or on this tournament. So I like the fact that we've literally had a different stipulation for every single match so far. We've been lucky this way. Big one. If Mike can pull off the victory, next week means something. If Nick wins it, next week still means something for one match at least. So let's get to it. But yeah, if it ends up Nick wins, next week MTR versus Fanboy Brian is going to be for shits and giggles, basically. Yokohama, Japan, of all places. So for this match, they actually have to do the introductions in the ring, so... Mike's had some tough matches. Like, he's had a, a backstage brawl against Melobeast. Had to ship you overseas for how violent this should be. Abso-freaking-lutely. Because this could be absolutely insane between these two. You got, and the match against M.C.G was a Falls Count Anywhere match. Where, M.C.G pulled out the victory. And now Mike's looking to get a victory. If I would have known in advance, we could have had a little sumo set up on here. I could have just done a canvas of a sumo ring. But honestly, this has been pretty cool. The fact that we haven't had a single double match yet. If we end up getting it, well, so be it, but... But this will be Nick Ontario's final tournament match. He gets the bye next week. So if he wins, he essentially gets a bye all the way to the finals. So, and we could already advertise that match going forward. But yes, shout out to Kingdom Championship Wrestling. I know the promotion is just wrapping up here this year. It's going to be done here for 2k25, maybe over early 2026. And shout out to Nick for being such a great guy, for letting us follow his character. But yeah, this is a super huge match, and Nick's had victories over, like Melobeast had the opening. Yeah, that was the tables match to open up. No, M.C.G got the tables match. Sorry, against Nick Ontario. It was a steel cage match, which was dealer's choice. I do believe Zodiac Uno would have picked that for Nick, and then he won last week over Fanboy Brian in the Hell in a Cell. So going from extra confined areas to no confined areas, it's going to be a very different setup here for Nick. So
the following contest is an underground match. The only ways to win are by knockout or submission. Introducing first, from Rancho Cucamonga, California, weighing in at 310 pounds, the ringer, Mike Malenko. And from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 265 pounds.
I really should fix a name up for him, but we'll see how that goes. Ref is not wasting any time here. You know MTR is all about power, so... Size, power, aggression, and the Hitman pose. Not even fooling around. Take him straight to the outside. Take him to the ghost. Ruthless aggression. And stretching out the leg there. Of course, the crowd decides who wants to get out of the way. Never. Ontario taking control here a little bit. Nope. Ref says, oh, quick shot in. That double sledge was not the smartest move. Now into the bear hug. Will Ontario tap? Ontario fighting out of it. Ref trying to keep a little bit of space here. Oh, put his knee right over the stairs there. Referee Jessica Carr right in front of us. Just all she's there for is the knockout of the tap out. Let's get the referee. Oh, God, there we go. Nice little splash. Ref is absolutely dominating here. Oh, God, what do we got coming here? Powerbomb release style on the floor. Like, Ontario's gotten a couple moves, but the ref is just absolutely dominated. Ontario's going to have to do something to change the tide. It looks like he's about to do it. Oh, right against the ring apron. A little throwback there. Ontario going to work now on Mike the ref. The hardest part of the ring is the apron, absolutely. Now into this chin lock. Referee Jessica Carr asking for the... And ref's just saying, no, he ain't going to get involved in that. Oh. Tripped before he got to the stairs. That was actually very smart on Mike's part here. Ontario coming out to continue the onslaught. Knee upside the head. You know, if Mike was going to get eliminated for the tournament, it was going to be my knockout. So this actually makes a lot of sense to do this. Oh, reversal. Getting a little bit of separation here. Throwing him down. Nice uppercut. He's just lowering in these body shots here. Ontario's going to need the time to recover after this because this has been an absolute onslaught here. Into the barricade. Just taking it back up into the ring. Ref going for a Boston Crab. Looking for a tap. Referee Jessica Carr asking the ref if he wants to tap. Not exactly the smartest move in the world. Now go for the trapezius hold. Probably the smartest thing to do with Mike, because that way his arms aren't able to be used here as well. Trying to, oh, nice little headlock takedown and just wrenching on that neck. Diving splash. Uh-oh. Ontario looks perched. Ready to go. Blockbuster right to the head. Ref looks done. He's got the marks, but... Oh, into the post. Ref is getting beaten from pillar to post, per se. Oh, got out of it. Oh, here we go. Going up. And down. I don't know why no blood. Oh, go for the claw. He's got the claw. He's going to get the tap. Ontario getting back up. Break it out of the claw. And a kick just to gain the advantage again. Maybe the blood rules got reset. I don't know. Back into the Boston Crab. They're yelling for ref to submit. Ref ain't give it up. He could get knocked out. Oh, here we go. Go for a huge powerbomb. Out to the outside. Oh, looks like he's got him set up. What goes up must go down. He ain't done. Ontario getting back to his feet. This might not be a good move. Setting up for a jack hammer. And that does it. Ref gets on the board. Next week means something, folks. Referee with the victory. Let's go. In a do or die situation, the ref manages to stick it out and is able to pull out this victory. He had the advantage early, and Ontario started to take over, but just that one big powerbomb to the outside. Then it's just, nope, we're going for the spine on the pine, and the no spear needed with the jackhammer, and gets the ref the victory and keeps this tournament alive for next week. Oh, we got some stipulations for next week, folks.
Here is your winner, the ringer, Mike Malenko.
Ref survives an underground match. And it's going to come down to the last week, folks. It's going to come down to the last week. Let's bring it back up here to a face screen here. Wow. I honestly thought Mike was going to punch this. I thought there was absolutely zero chance that the ref was going to come through the way that he needed to, because Lord knows he hasn't done it the rest of the event. So next week, well, let's take it over to the graphics screen here. We got to show you what's going on here. So let's update this right now before we get to our main event tonight. All right, draw has been updated. So Ontario finishes with 6 points. That's huge right now, because basically it comes down to 2 people right now. Ontario has essentially booked his spot in the final regardless now. But if Mike can beat Fanboy Brian next week, he books his ticket into the wildcard match. If Melobeast can beat M.C.G, he books his ticket and nobody else's. I don't know why I just said it like that. If Melobeast wins, then there's nothing it's said and done. It's Melobeast and M.C.G. Now that I look at this straight, forget what I said the last 2 minutes. If Melobeast wins next week over M.C.G, he gets an automatic spot. If he loses, if Mike wins, then it becomes a 4-way for the title. And then we have to adjust the wheel for every match that includes a 4-way match. So, buckle up, kids. This might be important. But yeah, this has been a little crazy. And yeah, just try to spin things through my head here. But either way, M.C.G is going for the wildcard title at the show. And it's going to come down to next week, which is pretty damn amazing if you're a booker. So, but from there, let's get into the world title tournament. So last week we had Snow Penguin defeat Kayla Jaye to secure her spot in the quarterfinals. So the quarterfinals are set. Now, as I mentioned earlier this week, or I mentioned the end of last week, Kayla Jaye has decided to fire the Big Boss Man because, well, she thinks she should have been a part of she should have got the bye. Boss Man should have walked out. I said it doesn't go that way, but that's what happens. So, unfortunately, she will not tell me who she has a replacement as, because I wanted to have that match this week. Because if we're going to have that match, I want to promote it, because, well, that's going to be a very good match where we go here. So, but unfortunately, since she won't tell me who it is, rather than just giving Hoju a bye, which I'm sure some people in this chat would enjoy, we're actually going to we're just going to hold off on that right now, and we're going to get into another one of our quarterfinals, and I think we'll run our other 3 quarters. We're going to have a week off anyway in between, at least a week between Ophelia Payne taking on P.J.C. Winner of this goes to a rival as part of the Final 4 for the BPW World Title. So this is where things get fun. This is where things get serious. Let's get to it. Just a straight one-on-one match this week. No interference. No extras coming through. Fort Worth, Texas. But yeah, Ophelia Payne getting the victory over Marina Shafir. And
contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring, representing the coalition from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Platinum.
Ophelia Payne getting the victory over Marina Shafir in what many consider the first upset of the tournament. The only person that didn't think it was an upset was Ophelia herself. Well, I guess, and Walker Pipe Guy, Jaxson, and Fanboy Brian, also her teammates, along with Snow Penguin, of course. But there's no doubt that Ophelia Payne is absolutely dangerous here and ready to go. Like, straight up. This is going to be a vicious match. A lot of brawling, a lot of bruising. And 2 people that legitimately don't like each other. Mainly because I told P.J.C. he's not allowed to like her. So.
And her opponent, representing the Authority from Authority Megacorp HQ, weighing in at 250 pounds, Precious James Culver.
So P.J.C., which I'm gonna change. I'm gonna see if I can change that around to P.J.C. literally, but he ended up getting his victory over Attention Spandex in the first round. In our first match in the round of 16. Spandex put on a decent effort, but P.J.C. just too big, just too strong, ends up getting the victory. But now this is going to be a whole different kind of challenge for P.J.C. here. The muscle of the Authority, or as we like to call ourselves, large and in charge. P.J.C. is ready to go. But this is not going to be an easy challenge right now. This is going to be a fun match to watch, folks. P.J.C. tried to get the early shot in, and I feel he just said nope. Nice drop kick by Payne there. P.J.C. just not getting off the map whatsoever right now. Oh, look out. Oh, wheelbarrow suplex backward style into the ring. P.J.C. just not getting off the blocks here. And I feel like taking full advantage right now. What's Pay? Oh, P.J.C. with a reversal. Now just starting to unload some heavy offense. Gets a couple shots in, but all of a sudden it just quickly turns around there, so. Both these contenders looking to get a ticket to a rival. Oh, went for the big boot, and P.J.C. just ducked out of the way. Sent Ophelia to the outside. Good to get him a little bit of breather here. Oh, and referee Jessica Carr getting in the way again. Becky Lynch was right. Ophelia just raining down those right hands. Oh no, this might not be good for P.J.C. No, off the ropes. Tilt-a-whirl power slam. Ref, yeah, I was going to say, there's a rope break right away. P.J.C. taking a sec, taking it. Not. P.J.C. chasing all around the block here. P.J.C. getting Ophelia back in the ring. But not, oh, there we go. A little reversal into a DDT. Now time to get to work. Knee right across the head. Trying to soften up that neck for that shake, rattle, and roll finisher he's got. That executioner neck breaker that he has. So you can feel it to the outside. P.J.C. going to the top. Well, little smart move there for Ophelia getting out of the way. Measures that right hand. P.J.C. right on the dot. I was going to say, you win it with the right hand and I'll be shocked. Ophelia is rocked right now. Ophelia's down and out. P.J.C. looking to take advantage here. He's wrenching the neck. Ophelia getting out of it. Oh, and one goes a shot of her own. Uh-oh. Going up to the top. A little bit of an ejection seat there into the cover. And P.J.C. just gets out at the count of 2.9. What resiliency there by P.J.C., but I don't know how resilient he's going to be now. Rip tied. And there you have it. Ophelia Payne books her spot at Arrival. What a matchup. Like, Ophelia dominated early. P.J.C got some offense in later. And it ends up being just at the very end there. I think the only reason P.J.C kicked out on that first one is literally because because Jessica Carr was slapping him in the head. So there you go with the victory.
Here is your winner,
Ophelia Payne booking her spot in the PLE at Arrival in the semifinals for the BPW World Title. Amazing work by Ophelia there. As we bring it back up here, let's take it over to the split screen here so you guys can get a bit of an update here about what's going on with the World Title. Let's cut the music right now. Let's update the bracket for you. So Ophelia Payne has officially booked the second spot in BPW Arrival, as she has gotten the first semifinal spot in the tournament to crown our first ever Backbreaker Pro wrestling champion here. World champion, Universal champion, Galaxial champion. But yeah, next week we are going to have the AEW bracket with Willow Nightingale and Chris Statlander, best friends, going at it. And then, yeah, hopefully by then we're going to be able to figure out what we're going to do with the boss man spot. As in Kayla telling me who the damn person's supposed to be who's supposed to be there. Let's bring it back here to a full screen. But yeah, that's next week we're going to have, once again, Nightingale versus Statlander for that quarterfinal spot. We're also going to have Mike the Ref taking on Fanboy Brian. It's a must-win for Mike. And then we also have Melobeast taking on M.C.G. And if M.C.G. can win, he can actually book a spot in a one-on-one match. One-on-one match with M.C.G. for the title. If he loses, there's a possibility there could be a 4-way or a 3-way. So a lot of permutations, a lot of combinations, a little bit of anger to get out, because I know we're going to have a few superstars a little bit upset about going on here. We'll have one more match booked as well, 1 to 2 more matches. Stay tuned. We'll let you know here next Wednesday prior to the show what our upcoming card's going to be. But for those on Twitch, hang on. We're going to raid out here in a sec. But for everybody on the YouTube channel, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Tell all your friends. Tell all your enemies. It's all working. So, but in the meantime and in between time, that's it. Another edition of Backbreaker Pro Wrestling Madness. Hope you enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see y'all here next time. Take care, everybody.